Okay, good night. Wednesday night. This purpose of this discussion is to talk about this very hyped up storm system that's going to come through tomorrow, produce a lot of severe weather. It's already producing a lot of severe weather out in Ohio, Illinois area, and it's going to continue to do so all night, and then finally spread over into our area tomorrow. Expect a lot of rainfall with this event, and also possibly very severe weather and high winds potentially. More south, I think, of Morris County, going to be South Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia really could see some action. But right now, this is tomorrow morning. You have a warm front just ahead of a cold front. Here's a very low pressure system, very strong low for this time of year, 1,000 millibars. Given the dynamics of the atmosphere, that's why this is going to be such an impressive storm system. So this is going to barrel on through, and by tomorrow afternoon, you're going to see where I circled in red here, a squall line could develop, what is called a bow echo, or some other phrases you might have heard, which really could produce some very damaging winds in a very wide radius. It bows out like this. If you can see the darker green would indicate a big squall line. And I think that really is the area of ground zero for tomorrow's severe weather. Up here, again, I have a feeling that we might not see the real severe storms. I think there's going to be a little bit of rain overshooting the cold front, which is going to damper some of the convective activity up there. But down here for sure, you can see the Climate Prediction Center already has a moderate to severe risk of weather tomorrow for South Jersey and Maryland, like I just said. And let's take a look real quick what the dynamics are and why a setup like this, in particular in this area, could produce rotating thunderstorms, which are called supercells, which would look something like this on the simulated radar. This is tomorrow afternoon. I'm thinking of storms like this. And really what you basically have is similar to what you saw in Oklahoma, but not to the same extreme extent. You have an upper level jet here, east to south, or west to southwesterly winds that are coming across almost parallel, and then you have low level winds that are coming across almost in the perpendicular direction, but a little bit skewed. And you could see where these winds are coming in, with coupled with the high upper jet winds coming from the west, is where you can get that spin. The only other thing you need is convective energy, meaning if an air parcel or particle of air, in simplified form, gets heated, how high up can it rise in the atmosphere? And that's measured by convective available potential energy. And here's the values for tomorrow. So anywhere you see the darker reds is really where I think the severe weather is going to be. That's why the Climate Prediction Center has the same thing. That means that you're really going to see some large thunderstorms flare up and have cloud heights that could be as high as 50, 60,000 feet. This is an interesting image I took off actually of a current storm a little bit to our west right now, showing a 3D image of how high those clouds are. And that's actually a storm that actually is tornadic, and you can see if you look at the wind profile on this particular storm, this is actually near Chicago. You could see the green is the inflow, the red is the outflow. You could see outflow, inflow. You could see possible rotation on the southern bound part of that storm, which normally where tornadoes will form. So this will happen tomorrow, and it's just a matter of will a funnel cloud drop out and reach the ground in the areas down here, like I said. Let's take a look at what a bow echo could look like. This is the this is from tonight, again, where those strong storms I just showed are just south of Chicago. You can see a very large cluster of severe thunderstorms. What we're going to look to happen is if all these storms cluster a little more together and form an arc in a straight line, that's you're going to really see the destructive force of this potential weather-making event tomorrow. Again, I would think further south of our forecast area, but in any event, it's a news-making setup that we have going on here. I think timing-wise, expect thunderstorms like this to possibly flare up anywhere from 2 to 8 p.m. I think that's when all the convection is going to basically come to a forefront. And then from there, it's going to be a lot of rain. I don't have a precipitation printout, but expect anywhere from 1.5 to 2.5 inches of rain over this whole forecast area, starting tomorrow morning, ending late tomorrow night. Severe weather. There will be some tornadoes tomorrow. But up in this region, I think I'm not ready to go all in on a damaging thunderstorm, but it's not out of the question. So keep checking in. I'll update tomorrow as this event is going on, but not a very common setup for our area. So when things like this happen, I like to make posts and show the dynamics of it, and hopefully nothing like this happens closer to the ground in our area tomorrow.